Hey everyone, we're back for another workout of the day. Today is 3 rounds for time. It is called Monkey Business. With one catch, you have a buy-in, so that means before you start the workout, you have to complete 1 minute of your choice cardio. So this could be a bike, rowing, jump ropes, burpees, just high jumps, mountain climbers, running, whatever your little heart desires. Do it for 1 complete minute without stopping. And then you're going to get right into the 3 rounds of 20 box jumps, 16 ab rollers, 20 renegade rows, 16 weighted lunges, 20 kettlebell swings, and 16 half burpees. So you're going to do all of that 3 times. We're going to go through the movements and modifications, and then you can get started. Okay, so our first movement is going to be our box jump. So we're going to need a box for this. We're going to set up. We're going to stand right in front of the box, pretty close. We're going to reach up and jump so that we're landing in a quarter squat. And then we stand all the way up at the top. And we can either jump down or step down. Things that I don't want to see is you landing in a full squat and then standing up. That's a great way to put unnecessary pressure on those hips and knees to make sure you're getting up there and landing in that full squat and standing all the way up at the top. The other thing is if you jump up on the box and your heels are hanging off the box, we want to be completely and fully on top of the box with our feet. So modifications, you can lower the box, you can higher the box, you can take bumper plates and stack them up to a height you feel comfortable at. You can also do step ups. So we want our foot again completely on the box, no hanging off. We're going to use this leg that's on the box to step all the way up. Once our knee is straight, then we can go ahead and put that other foot on the box and then just switching legs. The other thing, if you have nothing to step on, if you're at home, you can use stairs. You can use a bench as long as it's stable. You can also do jumping squats. So our knees are going to come out, our chest is going to stay upright, and we're going to come down and just do jumping squats or high jumps. The next one is going to be our ab roller. So we will need an ab roller for this. We're going to be on our knees and we're going to use our abs to roll out and squeezing them to come back. And we're going to try to get as far out as we can without touching the ground. Modifications. And just make sure your butt is coming down. So if your butt is up here, it's going to be an arm movement, not an ab movement. So make sure you're using your abs to move back and forth. Modifications, you can go half out. So make sure your butt is coming down and you're using those abs to come back and forth. The other thing you can do, you can just go ahead and do regular sit-ups, crunches, or V-ups, or you can do inchworms, where you can either bend your knees to come down, or you can do it straight leg, coming all the way out, reach out, squeeze your abs to come back, and then just switch arms back and forth. The next one is going to be our renegade row. So we're going to need 2 dumbbells for this, the same weight, obviously. We're going to set up our dumbbells so that they are underneath our shoulders. And we're going to have a nice wide stance with our legs. So we create this nice stable platform. We want to be squeezing our glutes and our abs. And we're going to just march back and forth. What we don't want to do is move our lower body at all. So that's why we have the nice wide stance, no lifting and twisting. The only thing that should be moving is your arms back and forth. So in order to do that, you really need to squeeze everything, your abs, your glutes, your legs. It's more of a full body workout than you think. So I'll give you a side view as well. So again, wide stance, no movement, squeezing everything. You can also use a band. So you're going to take your band around your hands. And again, you're going to march, not moving that lower body. Or you can do shoulder taps, slow and squeezing everything nice and tight. No matter what you're doing, you shouldn't be moving that lower body, twisting. So pay attention. Some people don't notice. So I'm asking you to really get in tune with your whole body so that you do it right. The next movement is going to be our weighted lunges. So let's go over the modification first, would just be body weight lunges. We're going to step forward, keeping our chest upright. We want to come into a nice 90-degree angle, and that counts for both legs. Both legs should be in a 90-degree angle as you come down. My chest is up. If you're doing this with no weight, make sure that when you come down, when you're coming back up, you're not leaning forward, you're staying upright, and you're not trying to help yourself up by putting the weight on this leg. Because when you do that, one, it puts a lot of pressure on this knee and hip, and it's also taking you out of alignment. So you're letting your core loose, and you're making the movement weird and twisted. So it's a good way to hurt yourself even more when you're thinking, man, this is hard. Well, it's harder if you're trying to help yourself up. We just have to work on that, making sure we use the right tools during the right exercise. So weighted lunges, you can do a suitcase carry. So with the suitcase carry, make sure you don't allow your arms to come forward. You want to be squeezing your shoulder blades together and back, and you're coming down, staying upright and straight. You can also do a front rack lunge as well. So you can use a barbell as well, but we won't go over that because most people are going to have the dumbbells for this. So the next movement is our kettlebell swing. What we want to keep in mind here is it's all in the hips, right? So we want to we're keeping our chest up and we're bringing our hips back. So I'm bringing my hips back to the wall. I'm having a slight bend at the knee, and I'm bringing my arms back so the outside of my wrist touches the inside of my thigh, like so, and I'm staying upright, and my back is straight, and my core is tight, and I'm using that hip drive to swing up the weight. We want to get about eye level here. So if you're not making it, it's not a pull with your arms. It's the hip drive that's going to get it up. So we need to make sure that we're coming back and we're going straight. You can squeeze your butt at the top. So if you're not getting up all the way, then you really have to do more of that hip drive to get it upwards. So things I see, common mistakes I see in kettlebell swings are that if you're hitting, and this is a great way to tell if you're doing it wrong, if you're hitting above that wrist when you come down, I see this all the time. People squat down and they're trying to lift up. It's not right. You cannot swing something if you're going in a different direction. So we need to go the same direction. Just think of it like a swing on a swing set, going back and forth. The swing is never going to go up and down. It's going back and forth. So same thing here. No squatting. Just bring those hips back. And the other thing I see is people bending over too much. So they come down here. I don't know why, but they do. So don't do that, because then you're putting this pressure in the lower back. And the same thing with that squat, it's going to put pressure in other areas that it shouldn't be. So if you feel some sort of pressure or pain in that lower back, that means you're probably doing it wrong. Great way to check your form is to video yourself or look in a mirror and make sure that you're doing it correctly. Again, pay attention to your body, where everything is at, where you're hitting your thighs on your arm here. It should be by your wrist. So this is what it looks like with the kettlebell itself. So come back. I'm using that hip drive to go forward. If you don't have a kettlebell, if you have your dumbbells from before, you can use the dumbbell to do kettlebell swings too. The other thing you can do is you can take a band. So we want to step on the band, pull the band through behind your legs, and you're going to do the same thing coming up. Now, depending on how much resistance the band is, this is a more resistant band, so it's going to be a little bit harder. You are going to use more of your arms there, but because the hip drive is not going to bring your band up. But what you can do is make sure you're squeezing those glutes, because that's where we're trying to hit in this movement. Okay, so the next and last movement is going to be our half burpee. So the good news is it's half as bad as a real burpee, and we don't have to do the push-up at the bottom. So we're going to come back and kick our legs all the way back till we get to a nice plank position, and then we're going to come up. So make sure that you're coming all the way back with those legs all the way till you're flat, and come up. Don't sell yourself short with, not going all the way. So modification would be with a bench, you're going to kick out, come back, and you want to make sure you're standing all the way up, like your hands are coming off the bench at the top, so that you reach your full movement. So that is the workout of the day. So remember, have that buy-in of dealer's choice for the cardio, 1 minute as hard as you can, and then the 3 rounds of all of those movements. Make sure you time yourself, mark down your weights, your time, your movements, and revisit to test your progress. Visit us at www.macromachinecoaching.com for more health tips and sign up with a personal coach. And don't forget to like and subscribe.